Woo! What's going on, guys? Orange Form coming at you with another video. In today's video, I'm a little bit excited. I'm a little bit annoyed, actually, with this video. I had to make the video, though, because it's been going on a little bit too much for the past, since we've drafted Tate Ratledge. You guys know who Tate Ratledge is? Second round center. Sorry, I already messed up. Second round guard, right guard, that we picked up, that is getting fast tracked into playing center because Frank Ragnow retired. Okay? Rookie guard Tate Ratledge is not a center. He's a guard. Okay? Brad Holmes drafted this guy to Georgia, second round. Played right guard for majority of his time at Georgia as a Georgia Bulldog. 6-year program, by the way, and I'll explain that in a minute. The 6'6", 310-pound, 24-year-old Detroit Lion. But he never played center in college. You're going to have these conversations, and I'm sure maybe some of you or all of you have had these conversations already about Tate Ratledge. Because the question's going around, it's the question of the week, the question of the year. Are the Detroit Lions going to be okay without the services of all-pro center Frank Ragnow? And there's a lot of people out there that just think that this is no big deal. Okay? Now, this is the second time I've done this video about Frank, but this is more about Ratledge. But people don't realize how much of a big loss this is. And what we're doing here in trying to salvage the situation. Because that's exactly what we're trying to do here. Salvage the situation. Now, okay? Now, again, I'm going to say it. Tate Ratledge, 24-year-old kid out of Georgia Bulldog, is not a center. He never played center in college. He didn't even play center in high school. That's where I went too. I even had to go back there, and I'll explain that too a little bit. I don't want to make this a crazy long video, but hopefully I don't go on a rant. But the reason why I'm making this video is because I've been having discussions with friends, and almost every single one of them brings up the fact, well, yeah, man, he played center a little bit in college, right? Every single one. Pretty much every single one. Pretty much every single one. I just had this conversation at work with a buddy who's a football guy, knows his football. He's like, well, he played a little bit of center in college. I'm like, I'd stop him. No. He did not play center in college, bro. He may have or may have not had some snaps in practice at center. But he was a guard, a right guard, for majority of his career. Now, his 6-year career, like I said, 6 years at Georgia, guys, okay? Year 1, redshirted in 2019, did not play. Year 2, 1 game, 2020. Year 3, 1 game, 2021. Then he goes on for 3 straight years in a row, 13 games in year 4, 2022, 13 games again in 2023, that's year 5. And his 6th year, he played 10 games. He got a little bit nicked up in 2024 season. But he played 10 games, and he played 36 starts, 2,070 snaps as a right guard, and 4 as a left guard. There's nothing out there even suggesting that he played center or tackle, or any right tackle or left tackle, okay? So a total of 2,074 snaps. Total. All as a guard. So you're going to be sitting around with your buddies in the weekend, and there's going to be a guy that's going to be a little bit tipsy. He's going to tell you that, Frank Ragnow, man, it's a loss, but, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Whenever I hear somebody say stuff like that, we're going to be fine, it reminds me of having an argument with your wife. You ever had an argument with your wife before? And your wife will go, I'm fine. two of the most deadliest words, I think, in the history of words, or the one word, fine. Because you're not fine. I can tell by the high pitch in your voice that you're clearly not fine. And that's a deadly word, and you really have to think about what you're going to say next. And these are the conversations that are kind of going on right now with the Frank Ragnow situation and them trying to find a center. Now, Ratledge, the rookie, is getting fast-tracked into being a center. And I think they're going to give him every opportunity to win the job. Okay? What else did I write here? But I did his high school stuff too. I'll say he went to Darlington High School, Rome, Georgia. He stayed at home for college. He played offensive tackle in college, in high school, primarily left tackle with maybe a little bit of right tackle here and there. I think he handled some punt duties too or something along the line and played on the D-line. Okay, so I don't know if he was a punt duties. Maybe he was a long snapper. He could have been a long snapper or he punted. I don't even know. They just said he handled punt duties, whatever that means. So he could have been a long snapper. There's your center right there. So, you know what I mean? That doesn't even count. I won't even count any of that. If that was even what they were alluding to, but I don't even know. But that's all it said. He's a D lineman as well. He was recruited by more than a dozen colleges, most namely Michigan Wolverines, Alabama Crimson Tide, LSU Tigers, and he finally committed to Georgia Bulldogs, staying home in his backyard and playing 6 years at Georgia and being a first-team All-American, a second-team All-American, I think twice, and a first-team All-SEC 2023 and 2024. At guard, and a two times college football national championship a winner as well as a guard. So you're going to be sitting around, like I said, you're going to be sitting around with your buddies at a campfire having a nice night, and the Detroit Lions are going to get brought up, and someone's going to mention Frank Ragnow, and your one buddy's going to go, we're fine, with that high-pitched voice, because he knows we're not fine, because we're really not. We're in some waters. We're in some high level waters, I think. Are we completely done? No. But you don't replace an all-pro center like Frank Ragnow. But that guy's going to come up to you and you're going to talk about it. He's going to tell you. He's going to tell you or tell the crowd, we're good. Because Tate Ratledge played center in college, or he did snaps. No, Jared Wilson was their center for the past 2 years, and before that, it was some other guy with like a very long name, like some German kid or something like that. Played a couple years. I should have wrote his name down, and I didn't. I should have wrote his name down, but I didn't. But that guy was prior to Jared Wilson. Forget what his name was too. I should have wrote it down. But Tate Ratledge didn't play any center at Georgia, guys. Just remember this. When you're having the conversation with your drunken buddy who's guaranteeing you that he played center, he didn't, man. He didn't. He did not play center at Georgia. And he didn't play it in high school. He's never played it. He was a tackle in high school. And he was a All-American right guard at Georgia. And a damn good one. But obviously, Hank Fraley, Campbell, whoever else, man, made this decision that Tate Ratledge is going to be the guy, as of right now, at center. And like, if you listen to all the beat writers and you listen to the interviews with like Fraley or Campbell or Holmes, listen carefully to their words when they speak. They're giving him every opportunity. We don't have a lot of options on this team at center, okay? We really don't. We got Graham Glasgow, who's had over 30 plus starts, I believe, at center. That was back when we drafted Frank Ragnow. They moved, I think, Ragnow to, as a rookie, Ragnow moved to left guard. I want to say left guard, and Glasgow became the center for Ragnow's rookie year. It started every single game, I'm pretty much think he started every single game. And then it was Ragnow's show from then on. In the next 7 years, the rest is history. So Glasgow's got the only real big time experience. And then you got Tristan Colon, who they just picked up. They're from Arizona, who Arizona released them, or whatever they did. We picked him up off waivers, off the free agent pile, because he has a little bit of experience at center. He's more of a guard too as well, but he's got some experience. And then the other guy that is kind of the dark horse is Kingsley Agwakin. Okay, he's mainly the center at Florida in college, undrafted by Detroit Lions. Gave him a little bit of money as a UDFA. He could be a guy that could maybe sneak in and maybe win a backup role. I don't think he's quite there yet for winning an overall job. Like maybe he could be better than Ratledge, Joe, but I don't know. I don't know about the opportunities because it's different when it comes to football is really different when it comes to reps, guys. It's really different when you're a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Tier 1, they get all the snaps. Tier 2, they get a few, and tier 3, they get the scraps, man. It's just different. So if Kingsley Agwakin's out there, he's going to have to show right away. He's going to have to pancake. He's going to have to do things just to perfection to really turn heads. Same with Tristan Colon. I don't really know what they're going to do with this guy because he's a guard center, but he's competition. And then Glasgow, 33, 34 years old. I don't really want him starting at center, to be honest with you, or guard. I really don't. But if he's the best man, let the best man win. But that's your situation. And then you got Michael Neeson there, who's more of a guard as well, too. But, I kind of threw him in there for center because he's got some experience in college. I believe he played a little bit, but he was more of a guard as well in college. So, and this is coming from OurLads.com. The depth chart right there. It's got Ratledge number 1, Colon number 2. The backup, actually, Kingsley Agwakin as the number 3 center. And then it has like Glasgow at guard and Michael Neese at guard, but those guys are capable of playing some center. But that's right now. That can all change though. But that I really like OurLads.com because it actually, it's kind of my go-to. There's a lot of depth charts out there, man. ESPN, CBS, tons, Yahoo. There's tons of stuff that will show you the depth chart of the Lions. You can go to the actual Lions website if you want to. That's a good one too, don't get me wrong. But I like OurLads.com. To me, it's always been kind of more legit than anything else. It really has. It's just my opinion, just my preference. You can go with that, but that's kind of my go-to. OurLads.com. OurLads for depth chart. Just go Detroit Lions depth chart, OurLads. Or a bunch will just show up. A bunch of different websites will show up. But if you want specific, OurLads.com. That's my go-to. But just think about it, guys. Ratledge is not a center. He's not a true center. If he took any snaps in college, it was in practice and practice only. There's nothing out there that suggests he was a center at Georgia. Nothing. And when he was recruited, I think he was recruited as a tackle. I think he was recruited as a tackle out of Georgia, out of high school, going to Georgia, and this became, he didn't play for his first 3 years. Redshirt, like I said, played in a total of 2 games the next 2 years, and then from there on out, he was a right guard and took all his snaps except like 4 at right guard, and then the other 4 at left guard. So he is a right guard, guys. Fast tracking, grooming to be a center. So cross your fingers. I have no idea how this kid is as a center. As a guard, he's good. He's great. He's gritty. He's tough. He's a really good pass protector. He run block. He's mean. But as a center, I don't know. I don't know. I pray that they know what they're doing. And let's be honest, Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, Hank Fraley, they're smarter than us. They're smarter than me. No, it doesn't mean I can't be concerned. There is some concern levels for me. I'm at about a 6 out of 10, maybe 5 out of 10. I'm getting up there as the training camp creeps in more and more because it's going to start getting real. Rookie mini camp, it was all Ratledge. These OTAs, it was all Ratledge. You know, they even had Colby Sorsdal taking snaps at center. That's how kind of like, I don't want to use the word desperate, but they're trying to find a guy. I think the Sorsdal thing is more of a just trying to get him to see where they can make him fit, because I think he's got one foot out the door. But that's where we're at with this center situation. So this Ratledge thing, I don't think it's any guarantee, but they're giving him every opportunity to win the job. Campbell came out and said it, man, we're giving this kid every chance he can to grasp that job and take it. But I personally think it's going to be what's it called? It's going to be a competition. But just don't let anybody tell you. And the reason why I made this video, A, I was having the discussions with some buddies, but B, I got told I was stupid on social media. And I hate stuff like that. Yeah, I wear my heart on my sleeve a little bit too much. I do. And some guy came at me, we were talking about the Frank Ragnow situation and with the Ratledge, and I was just being honest. I'm like, they're fast-tracking Ratledge. Let's hope the kid grasps it, takes the bull by the horns, wins the job. Nothing negative. Just being real. I can only be real, guys. I'm not fake. I don't say fake shit. I don't do things for clicks and views. You know, it's not about that with me. I do this as a passion, and it really is therapeutic to me when I talk about when I talk with my Lions about my Lions. It's really therapeutic. It really gets stuff off my chest. But when someone comes at me and calls me stupid and says you don't do your research, you have no idea what the F you're talking about, you're a casual, blah, blah, blah. And then I came at the guy with complete facts, and he disappeared, poof, like a ghost in the night. Gone. Never responded to me at all. Of course. You know what I mean? But I'm the one that's dumb, and I hate that. And if he would have called anybody else dumb, I would have backed that guy up too, and I've been like, well, here's the facts, bro. Boom, 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 boom. You tell me where he was a center at Georgia. You tell me where he was a center in high school. If you can, and this is to anybody out there, if you can find any evidence that he was a center at Georgia, congratulations, man. You know what I mean? That's great, because I can't find it. All his snaps were at guard. All of them. So in practice, he may or may have not taken snaps at center. So that bonfire, fellas, that bonfire, ladies and gentlemen, if you're at a bonfire and someone's running their gums and telling you that Tate Ratledge is a center, bang, pop up this video, put this video up, man. Put it up and go listen. And you know, and they're gonna be like, who's this schmuck? Some Canadian guy running his gums. No, you know what I mean? I do my research, guys. Hey, I'm not perfect though. Man, I just made a mistake in my last video saying that the Lions never played in a Hall of Fame game. I guess they played in 3 or 4. My bad. And I thank you for, I was thinking Brent DeWitt. I think I'm saying his name right, hopefully. He came and corrected me, but he was nice about it. He was nice about it. And I respect that. And I do respect that. I didn't think the Lions played in any Hall of Fame games, but I guess they played in like 3 or 4. I didn't know. You know what I mean? I should have probably did my research a little bit better. My bad. That's on me. But I did research on this, guys, and I can't find nothing that he was a center, so don't let anybody tell you that he was, man. And if you can find it, hallelujah, God bless you, whatever, you know what I mean? More power to you. But fast-tracked, guys. He's getting fast-tracked to playing center for the Detroit Lions. That's it. That's all. That's why I think it's going to be a competition. I can't just think that they're just going to just do this and boom, forget about it. Right? This is a long video just talking about this, man. 20 minutes. I did not want this to be a 20-minute video, but I guess it did. Oh, well. Sorry, guys. Sorry that you guys see my ugly mug on here and ranting and raving about guys coming at me on social media, but I had to make the video just because there's too many people out there thinking that this kid played center, and he just didn't. He didn't. But they must have seen something in him that think that he can handle the duties, because he's the guy right now. Like, everything could change come training camp, but he is the guy as of right now. That is your center number 1. Tate Ratledge, the rookie out of Georgia. But it's going to be a competition. I have a hard time believing that they're just going to say we're going to throw them into the fire. I guess they could, because I kind of did bring it up a little bit ago. If they're going to just do it, do it. Let them learn on the fly. And it could be a disaster. It could turn good. It could be in the future. It could be better. But that's it, guys. That's the video, guys. So what do you guys think, man? I really appreciate you guys coming in, watching the video, watching me rant and rave about this, because it does concern me. That's another reason why I'm making the video too. Not just because someone came at me on social media, but this position does concern me because it's the quarterback of the whole offensive line. Yeah, Penei Sewell is the best offensive tackle in football, in my opinion. You know, maybe he's up there 2-3. There's still guys like Trent Williams and Lane Johnson may be a touch better, but Sewell is number one, number two. Now, you can argue that these guys are all jumbled between 1, 2, and 3 with Williams and Johnson and Sewell. Sewell is the man, but losing Ragnow is, I think, just as big. It's just as big. In my opinion, it is. It's because he's the quarterback. He calls out the schemes. He calls out the protections. He calls out everything on that O-line. Calls blitzes, guys that are coming in, the protections, like I said. So that's so important. So important. So that's it, guys. That's the video. Almost 22 minutes. Much too longer than I thought it was going to be. I was literally wanted to make this like a 10-minute video, but you guys know how I am. What do you guys feel? Tate Ratledge, do you think he's the center? Please tell me you don't think he is. But okay, guys, that's it. I really appreciate it, guys. What do you guys think? Don't forget the subscribe button at the bottom right. Don't forget the notification bell up top. Don't forget to like, comment, share this out. Grit, Detroit versus everybody. Rags is gone. Tate is in. Let's hope he does the job. All right, guys. Boom. Let's go. Bang. Oh.